Always great to catch up with Charlie Clark of the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. Even more so, this is certainly one of my favorite weeks on the island, and I'm guessing it's one of yours too, Restaurant Week.
Yeah, Chamber Restaurant Week is hugely popular. I think it's a favorite week in the Lowcountry, or it definitely seems to be. It's running this week. It's going through February 5th, this Saturday. We planned Chamber Restaurant Week on purpose to run from a Saturday to Saturday. We want to get 2 good date nights in for those folks who are working. So just wildly popular. Last
70 restaurants, did I hear?
Yeah, we and keep going on to chamberrestaurantweek.com is where you can go to find all the deals, to find out what the menus look like, and we're adding menus daily. So just keep checking back. And we just really encourage everyone, make a reservation.
This is this is kind of a part of something bigger that's actually going to go through the whole month of February that I was unaware of. Tell me about Foodie February.
Foodie February. When you take a look at what's happening in the Lowcountry during the month of February, it's pretty astounding. When you have the Seafood Festival, you have Savor Sea Pines, you have just amazing culinary options that are happening this month. So we encourage you to hop on our website, HiltonHeadBlufftonChamber.org, where you can find out what else is going on during Foodie February. But just a really great time to celebrate what we all love about the Lowcountry, and that is our food.
Indeed. You've gotten involved now in a couple of other event and item type things. I mean, February is supposed to be the slow time around here. Tell me about the Power Hours.
You know, Power Hour is something that the Chamber started during the height of the pandemic.
Okay.
It's something we do once a month, and it's really, quite frankly, one of the few places you can go for unfiltered, real-time information from leading experts and thought leaders on hot topics. We tend to go with whatever topic is hot at the moment. Obviously, we've had Dr. Jane Kelly, who's an epidemiologist with WHHI, is a frequent guest, along with Dr. Rodriguez, folks from the U.S. Chamber and small business to let us know what's going on in Washington, our elected officials. It's just a great hour for your week to get all the information you need to know of what's happening. And that happens the first Wednesday of every month.
And you don't have to leave the office to get it. That's the best part.
You don't.
You just log in and be a part of it and hear an awful lot of great stuff. Yeah,
and ask questions. That's the great thing. You can also ask questions, which I think is an interesting part of that. So it's really a dialogue between the community and these thought leaders in some really subjects and topics you want to know more about.
Best Zoom call of the week. You're even podcasting now. Tell me about that.
We are. We have started podcasting. I don't know if you listen to podcasts, Bob, but a lot of people do.
Yes, they
And
do.
so we have really found great success with something we call 5 Questions With. It's a show we do, and like, for example, during Foodie February, we're talking with notable chefs. We're talking with the owner of Charlie's, L'Etoile Vert. We've talked with Chef Nate, who is the executive chef for Palmetto Bluff, about their new incoming restaurant. You want to check that out. We also chatted with Billy Watterson, who is the owner of Burnt Church Distillery, to talk about his plans that are coming onto the island. So there's some interesting fodder to be had, and we really encourage you to get it on. You can get it on Spotify or Apple or wherever you get your podcast. But we keep them short, probably about 10 to 15 minutes in length, and it's just a great way to take a deep dive in the Lowcountry.
How are our restaurants doing? I mean, we've heard so much news about nationally how much of a struggle it's been. We know it's been a bit of a struggle here in the Lowcountry and here on the island, but are we doing better? Or is it kind of like the rest of the tourist business? We're doing a little better than everybody else?
I think one of the things I love the most about living in the Lowcountry, there's just a spirit of roll up your sleeves and figure out the solution. Are our restaurants and our workforce in general, is help hard to find? Absolutely it is, just like the rest of the country weathering that workforce storm. But our restaurants do a fantastic job of making it work. And we're hearing from them anecdotally, especially during Restaurant Week. They're in demand. It's great to see people out there supporting our restaurants. When we started Chamber Restaurant Week, we chose this week specifically because we asked restaurants, what week do you want? What's one of your slower weeks of the year that you'd really like to fill your restaurant? And I think people just love going out and supporting our local restaurants and our local businesses during this time frame too.
Because of the work you guys have done, I'm not so sure there are slow weeks anymore.
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, there are slow weeks. It was really nice to see this year kind of getting back into that pattern visitation that we know about the Lowcountry. We know summers are busy. We all moved here.
Sure.
Actually, over 80% of us were once visitors here before we chose to move here, so we know what summer holds. And we've seen, obviously, in the last couple of years, an unusual pattern with the pandemic, folks heading our way and working remotely, schooling remotely. But things seem to have leveled off. We're back into a little bit more of a normal pattern of tourism and travel, so we're glad to see that, and it's glad to see our businesses doing well.
Thanks so much, Charlie. Great stuff. Charlie Clark at the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce. We're going to focus on an even longer running celebration on the island straight ahead.